Hello everyone, welcome to our thrilling story today. First up, you won't believe what happens next. Alvin, panicked, grabs Buzz's collar to wake him, but is slammed against the deck. Then you see Alvin spitting out seawater, and by the time Danglin arrives, it's already too late to stop it. Just as Buzz is about to run, the backup boat finally makes a U-turn, barely a meter away from the platform. The crisis is temporarily averted. The captain arrives to find Alvin dead, drowned in seawater bazaar. This leaves the station chief heartbroken. Meanwhile, Ross, after a series of tests, finally uncovers the secrets hidden in the ashes. It turns out to be parasites that act like superhero repairmen when they enter the body, cleaning up all impurities. This also explains how quickly Zaya O'Hay's wounds. However, the cause of death for that tattooed crew member is still uncertain. Clearly, Ross had a hunch, as Old Fuss' wound has started to heal. By noon next day, as everyone eats in the cafeteria, a girl finds the mist and ashes outside her clearing. Just as it was nerve-wracking, they noticed the cannot see area platform opposite had caught fire. But without suitable transportation, rescue is impossible. So the captain gathers everyone for a motivational meeting. After comforting the crew's sob stories, Danglin assigns their first task cleaning the ashes off the deck. The captain orders the remaining crew to form a search and rescue team to track down Buzz. Buzz retrieves his own blood sample from the cement production area. He flings it straight into the deep sea. Once the rainforest system activates, the ashes on the platform disappear in a flash. Danglin takes Hutton and 5 others to production area to find Buzz, who stares at the oily surface. Next moment, he starts convulsing violently, as if some supernatural force is surging through him, and suddenly, a blue lightning bolt appears. As his palm glides over, regular blue ripples form on the oil surface, instantly covering the entire area. How magical. Meanwhile, Ross is engrossed in studying the secrets of the ashes, making a major discovery when he finds an ancient fossil on a public. It turns out that the fossil looks just like the stuff in the ashes. The fossil is dated to the end of the Permian period. At that time, 95% of life suddenly went extinct, and scientists called it the Great Extinction Era. Is the apocalypse upon us? Buzz, frightened by the changes in the oil surface, suddenly hears footsteps from the stairs. It's Garo coming to find him. Seeing Garo, Buzz feels a tight knot in his stomach. Garo calls out to Buzz several times, but there's no response. Suddenly, he stumbles upon a bounty of buns floating in the air. And to his surprise, green plants are sprouting up on the oil surface. Garo is struck with shock, unable to comprehend how plants could grow on oil. Just then, Buzz suddenly springs out of the corner. Meanwhile, Danglin and Hutton, searching for Buzz, discover a container with a coded lock on it. Suddenly, they hear Garo's cry and rush over to see him collapsed on the ground in agony, saying Buzz attacked him. At this point, Danglin has an ominous feeling and suspects Garo may be infected, quickly stating Garo ran towards the mud pit. Hutton hears this and curses as he runs after him. After a few steps, he notices the oil surface is completely covered with plants in just a few minutes. Just then, sighs another spot plants on the oil surface. Puzzled, a huge pit with eerie blue light suddenly appears in the deep sea below. Following this, the platform shakes again, and everyone desperately grabs nearby equipment to steady themselves, but suddenly a pipe bursts and flammable gas spews out. At this moment, Danglin sees Garo gripping his blood-stained hand tightly, commanding him to open it to check for infection. Indeed, upon inspecting, it's clear that the previously fragrant pot has fallen off, an unmistakable sign of infection. Just as Danglin processes this, Garo shoves him down and flees the scene. As the platform continuously sways, the flame from the pressure release valve unexpectedly goes out. In its place, flammable gas gushes out, and the power completely halts. This is bad. Loss of power prevents closing the pressure release hole. Flammable gas reaching critical density will cause a spark to destroy them. In a crisis, the captain finds the isolated thermo, hoping he can fix the power right away. Meanwhile, Size in the production area spots Buzz and gathers his courage to follow. Not long after, he discovers the area saturated with buns, and the oil surface below is overrun with plants. Instinctively, Size realizes the plants in the oil surface are growing rapidly, covering the entire area. Unbelievable. When Size finally locates the missing Buzz, he's nearly scared out of his wits. Subtitles: Buzz seems to be forming some kind of extraordinary connection with these green plants. When he sees Size, he says in a strange manner that the visions are getting increasingly intense, and he can only safeguard them by staying here. Thies is bewildered and wishes he would think for himself and come back with him. Buzz hurriedly explains he didn't mean to and wants to share what he saw with Thies. However, before he can finish, his body begins to twitch involuntarily, and images from the depths of the sea flash in his mind. Astonishingly, a blue dog appears. As Buzz struggles, a confused Denglin realizes Thies has vanished. Hutton quickly grabs a flashlight to search, only to find Thies has been attacked by Garrow. Frustrated, they have to gather intelligence, guessing if Garrow is infected, while the captain loudly reprimands Denglin. As the two argue, Hutton finally shows his mettle and rescues Thies from danger. At this point, Fermo and Ross are working hard to repair the power system, but even worse, the flame from the released natural gas is out. This situation is extremely dangerous. Natural gas is highly flammable. If the wind shifts, they will face disaster. In light of this scenario, make sure to subscribe to our channel for the latest thrilling stories.